welcome everyone. God Tender Loving Care here. Welcome to today's stream. As you see, we are focused on UFC. And as soon as I type in UFC 314 comes up. It is everywhere. It is what is trending. So without further ado, we are going to join you on all the fights, everything UFC 314 today. Now, what do I know about this event? Well, taking a look here, when I type in UFC here on the browser, and I have the stream. I've ordered the stream right over there. Um, we see that there are different characters, different martial artists, and I'm just looking for who is on the card. So, a little bit about this card. Ordered the pay-per-view. Oh, there it is. All right, so when I type this, oh, okay, so, oh, something's happening here. I thought the main event was Vos Volkanovski and Lopes. Has something happened that they're showing Yair Rodriguez right now? Something may, there it is, it's still there. You never know. I mean, they usually don't take those out, but we also have GF Neo versus Carlos Prates was canceled, so you just never know. Who do you all have? Who is your vote for the UFC 314 competition? A little bit of background from the martial artist from what I was able to study from the embedded episode. We have Australia's Volkanovski. Then there is Brazil, now training in Mexico's Lopes, Diego Lopes, and Patty Pimblett, Michael Chandler. Patty Pimblett representing England, I believe, but he calls himself a Scouser, so it's a culture that we'll delve into later. Michael Chandler representing the United States of America. Oh, and then at the press conference, can't forget about what happened with Pantera, who I think has one of the best nicknames in the UFC, Panther, versus Pitbull. And taking a look here on the card, Bryce Mitchell versus John Silva, who that might be the people's main event or one of them. I mean, this is a very stacked card. I have to say myself, it is one of the best cards of the year so far. Um, Past few UFCs have been like fight nights and not ones that I remember much of. But this one here is definitely one that I made a note of. If I can get live on here and talk to you all, that I am going to do that. Just found it to be very, very beneficial for the UFC 314 card. So, other people on the card. If you look on the card ticket here, Nikita versus Dominic Reyes. And something about Dominic Reyes is one thing that has always stood out to me about Dominic Reyes is before he battled against John Jones, I had no idea who Dominic Reyes was. So Dominic Reyes, pretty much like I saw John Jones losing that bout. Judges gave it to John Jones, who, held his own. And, being an unbiased party, I did see that Dominic Reyes won, and no one has ever competed against John Jones in that way. Maybe Gustafson for the first rounds, but Dominic Reyes entirely, like the entire bout and competition, I think won it. Unfortunately, like this is I saw a documentary on Dominic Reyes, something about not the downfall, but along those lines, and I never want to say downfall because he's right back at it, is after he competed against John Jones, the reason why he didn't receive an immediate rematch is because he was supposed to battle someone else. He didn't do as well, and he ended up losing a bunch of his other fights, which I was surprised by. I thought he would be like the utmost top contender. So Dominic Reyes definitely has. I mean, check out his story, check out his documentary. Another thing that stood out to me about him is that I don't know if he's very happy about his Latino heritage or if he reps it or if he even wants to be, you know, associated with anything Latino. I remember that there was a someone at the press conference who asked him to answer in Spanish, and he said, "No, I'm not doing that." So, with a lot of the California Mexican descent martial artists, you tend to see that they don't necessarily speak the language, and that has always stood out to me about Dominic Reyes, right? You see that with other martial artists as well, where they've lost that language component. Dominic Cruz, another Dominic, right? Um, Gilbert Melendez does a good job at trying to revitalize the language component, but again, still needs work in, speaking Spanish department. The Diaz brothers do not speak Spanish, so it's always surprised me about martial artists coming from California. Ryan Garcia, the boxer, no Spanish at all whatsoever. So the language component has been lost there. And I don't know, why. Happens all around the world, but I've definitely noticed it with California Latinos, where maybe first, second, third generation, even more, they just don't speak the language and have assimilated to a monocultural living. Um, yeah, so with that being said, Dominic Reyes has always stood out to me because of those two components. He did an amazing job against John Jones, but after that, the downfall of his career. Like I can look up at what his record is as well. So we have man, Dominic Reyes, who shows up right here, and record is 14-4. Now, let's see if what I said is true about after he battled John Jones. Yeah, he lost the next few bouts, but he's on a bounce back. Look at that. That's terrific. So he was undefeated. And it looks like he competed against Chris Weidman. So it looks like Dominic Reyes is a 205er. Okay. He looks like a heavyweight, but he's a 205er. Once he unanimous decision. I don't know how that is a unanimous decision if not split. Then knocked out by Jan, KO'd by Jiri, KO'd by Ryan, and then he bounced back. So yeah, the stats weren't lying. We're gonna go back to UFC 314 here. And let's take a look at Nikita's record. So Nikita here, no worries, from Ukraine, trains in Russia. record is okay. So a lot of notable names. To have a split decision against Glover Teixeira is huge. Okay, so he's been in the UFC for a while and three straight in a row. All right. So they seem to be evenly matched. Who do you all have? Who do you think is going to be victor among these two martial artists and why? Drop it in the chat. Right now, we are on the UFC and we're walking into that bout right now. Dominic Reyes, who they moniker the Devastator. Nikita Krylov. We're gonna listen to these two. It looks like they both have a preference for standing. You know, a lot of martial artists just have their niche. You know, whether or not they want to take it to the ground or not. And I think they're showing Nikita versus Gustafsson. There's a win over Gustafsson. I'd have to check the record again. But that looked like Gustafsson on the images. Yeah, I think that. So they're showing Dominic versus Lionheart right now. And I know him from Lionheart, but with Smith. All right, so it looks like they're just showing the highlights right now. Volkanovski versus Lopes. Oh, and they're showing Dominic Reyes walking out right now, so it looks like it has started. So Dominic Reyes is walking out to a song. I don't know what that song, what that title is. Let me know in the chat. Even Joe Rogan right now is saying that Dominic Reyes should have got the win over John Jones. Yeah, Dominic Reyes is just telling his corner, all right, I'm about to go in there, part of the team. Yeah, so this is going to be a very, very good bout, very good competition. Yeah, Daniel Cormier and Joe Rogan are talking about what I mentioned. He would have been the champion, and they may have changed his career. I don't know if after competing against John Jones and not even getting one of the judges to say that he won, not a unanimous decision for John Jones. I think, may that affected his performance moving forward. But he would have been champion. He would have got the belt at least once. John Jones would have had an official loss on his record, which, he doesn't unless you count Matt Hamill, which he lost by disqualification. Let me know in the comments, do you consider John Jones' loss to Matt Hamill legit or not? I mean, Chael said it. He said it's legit loss. You can't follow the rules, you lose. Yeah, he might have been dominating or winning, and there's a disqualification, but if you can't follow the rules, you lose. So now John Anik is saying that Krylov has a finishing power. So we're going to see that tonight. So what do we know about Dominic Reyes? is that there is a Reyes comeback arc. Dominic Reyes is trying to resurrect his career. After his war with John Jones, it's been a rough road. Three straight KO TKO losses. This might be his redemption night, everyone. And Krylov is just known as a chaos bringer. Krylov's a savage, aggressive, unpredictable person, and he finishes fights. Do not blink if you are watching this with me. When Krylov is in there, his pace is relentless. And remember, everyone, the adage, styles make fights. So Krylov training in Russia looks like he's had some difficulties being a UFC employee, according to John Anik. It looks like this is 19th bout in the UFC, according to Anik. Well, everyone, we are about to start. We have Bruce Buffer, ladies and gentlemen. We are live in Miami, Florida. UFC 314. This is gonna be an exciting one. These two look like heavyweights, but they're light heavyweights. Light heavyweight, yep, confirmed by Bruce Buffer. 14 win, 4 losses for Dominic Reyes. Did I say from Temecula, California? I'd have to verify that later. For sure, California. And on the other side, Krolov, Ukraine, representing Russia. So, I mean, both of their stats are generally similar. Besides the record, I mean, they're the same way, about the same height. But Nikita has almost double, about more than double the competitive bouts and experience. So this one really is experience versus I don't even want to say youth. I mean, they're about the same age. They're both experienced, but Dominic Reyes has about half total. They got Mark Goddard in there as a referee. Round number one, Bruce Buffer repping the purple lavender silk card, women, peace signs, and we're about to begin. All right, so hey, look at who's in the crowd. They have one of those politicians in the crowd. I don't know what the politician's name is. I know they said that the president was going to be there too. Oh, there he is. I just saw the president. All right, so we see Krylov just pressing the action right away. And but Dominic Reyes is on the defense. Krylov is on the offense, pushing forward. So whenever they wear those, Dominic Reyes just rocked him with that right hand, right in the middle of my thought. And a good solid kick from Dominic Reyes. So Dominic Reyes has to stand his ground. I mean, he's eating a lot of punches, and we both know that these two have been tested. Dominic Reyes is doing a good job being evasive. If he can be the counter fighter with blitzes of aggression, he will find more success. Good job with that front kick from Dominic Reyes. And Krylov is he has a style about him where he's like doing this thing right here. I'll show you all in a moment here. I don't want to miss a moment. So he does this thing a lot. That's what he's doing right now. So let's take a quick look here. What's going on? Let's go Reyes from everyone. Oh, good combination for Krylov, but it misses. It just misses. And Krylov throws heavy kicks. And Joe Rogan is saying those head kicks are devastating. Now, Dominic Reyes does need to keep his hands up. Good job with that. Answering the phone. I mean, what worked out for Dominic Reyes, I mean, he already wobbled Krylov, but Krylov didn't go down. If he could keep doing that, blitz from Krylov. I mean, those kicks can be effective from Dominic Reyes. I mean, take the power away from Krylov. Kicks, kicks will do good. Keep your distance from Krylov. Krylov has some power to him. And he does, he's doing this wobbly thing where he's like just throwing all of his weight and all of his power. Dominic Reyes just knocked him out. Like I said, be the counter fighter and blitzes of aggression. I saw that coming. That was the exact same formation. That's the exact same formation that he did when he wobbled Krylov. And Krylov this time around went down, and Dominic Reyes capitalized it. Like I said, what did we say this before? The resurrection. He's bowing to, is that Trump next to, is that Musk? There we go. I mean, I saw that from the beginning, but you just never know with martial artists like Krylov what's going to happen. Oh, and now Dominic Reyes is doing the golfing thing. I want to go golfing with you, President Trump. Yeah, so I mean, that was just a defensive punch that he got him with. All right, we're gonna watch the replay. Yeah, exact same. He wobbled him. I mean, he tested that early, except this time it was a left hand, j- and then he just went straight out. He was straight out. He went to the ground and he was out. Sort of like that Conor McGregor to Jose Aldo punch. Oh, and that's what Joe Rogan just said too. I said it first for Joe Rogan. Yeah, he landed that, and he did a good job. He did a good job. I mean, he didn't know he was out right away. He went with the hammer, one hammer, two hammer. Boom. I mean, he might be back. He might be back. That's three in a row. And then I'm reading a lot of your comments, and it says Reyes over John Jones. That's a rematch we all want to see. We've wanted to see that for a long time. He's no longer a John Jones is no longer a light heavyweight. So I saw that exactly when he wobbled him. You just never know, fighter's chance, especially in these weight divisions. And DC just said he's huge. These light heavyweights are huge, giants. All right. So this was a first rounder, everyone. First rounder. Can you believe that? This was a first round one. And now they're going to change something on Dominic's record, everyone. They're going to change this right here is going to say 15-4. Joe Rogan interviewing Dominic Reyes, a long road back. He said, I'm not back, I'm better. Back and better. And we were saying something about Dominic Reyes and being Latino. He came out to a Latino song today. Congratulations. Gotta be proud of being Latino. Yeah. He said he's solid. Solid competitor. And Reyes is telling the world, keep on going, keep on going. Never give up. So Dominic Reyes is back, baby. What a performance after three brutal losses. After everyone counted him out, he just reminded the world who he is. Reyes came in tonight looking locked in, focused, calm, and then boom, his striking looked sharp. His movement was on point, and when it was time to throw down, he did not hesitate. Krylov brought the chaos like we expected, but Reyes kept his composure, landed clean shots, controlled the space. That finish, or the, you know, the knockout was earned. Dominic says one more and then the title. He could have cut out the champion. I wonder why he didn't. So that's his comeback story. Make sure you subscribe and like the channel, everyone. Triple C, Vitor, Caio Brohaio, Marab. Taking a picture of Donald Trump. Now they're describing Bryce Mitchell as one of the best grapplers in his division. I think Bryce Mitchell might be next against John Silva. Now they're introducing Amanda Nunes. That's interesting now that they're covering Amanda Nunes, and she is like the Hoist Gracie of women's martial arts for the Brazilians.